In our side of the world, we are dealing not only with a bit of witchcraft and and an influence of the what you would call voodoo work for people that are outside of Africa. And so most of these guys don't have a calling, so they look at church as a way to make money, and they look at church as a way to get ahead. And so they go to spiritual healers and spiritual traditionalists and so forth in order for them to obtain powers to do certain things, to authenticate themselves. And so unlike a place where in the US, where you're just dealing with the false prophets for manipulating a scripture, you're dealing this side with people that go to get once I interviewed a lady. She's now in Ireland by the name of Portia Mohau. She was a sangoma. She was this one of these juju people. She's now a Christian, and she used to do this thing of transfer of spirits. So she would transfer or resurrect a dead spirit, which might sound weird overseas. This side, it's a thing. And once they do that, they do so that they can raise a familiar spirit into that person who doesn't have a gift, just so they can claim to be prophesying. And so you can see the extent at which the type of things we are dealing with. You're dealing with people that are not just twisting the scripture. You're dealing with people that don't know the scripture at all, but people whose interest is bent on just influencing the physical world by getting a dead spirit in order for them to have information into their ear. They claim to be prophets. And so that would be kind of like the highlight of difference, because that side you might have things like the kundalini spirit. Trust me, this side they got something double double worse, if I could use that kind of word. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's interesting is you could assume that on this side we don't have that stuff, but I was actually involved in witchcraft and a religion called Santeria, right, where a woman gets
Wow.
possessed by, well, woman or man, they get possessed by what we were told was saints, like Saint John, Saint Michael, like we were told they were saints. And this is before I knew really anything about the Bible. I was agnostic and stuff. But it's exactly what you were saying, how they use this stuff to influence the physical world. And I was looking at it as like a good luck charm. Like my friends told me I had to go to this thing. This lady will tell you your future and give you these things and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm in there. Let's do this. Because I didn't really believe in
Yeah.
stuff anyway. So, but then when I realized how demonic it was, and it wasn't until way later, I did it for a few years just as like a good luck
Mm.
charm. But I don't have time to get into that now. I have a video of it. I'll send it to you. But there's
Yeah.
a lot of that out here too. It's just not as like prevalent. Like it's underground kind of. I feel like in
Mm.
Africa,
Mm.
they're just like, hey, screw it. We're going to, light this goat on fire. Like it's crazier out there, like more out
Did you
in the open.
did you see that video?
Yeah, that's why I said it. I was when I tagged you on Facebook, man. I was like, "What the heck, guys? You guys have to subscribe to his channel. You have to. You got to find him on Facebook. You got to find. He doesn't do much on Instagram, but just find him anywhere, because the stuff that he posts, you're like, this is going on. Like this is what they're doing in church. In church, they lit a goat on fire. Like absolutely demonic, insane stuff.